So yeah, it's your classic boy meets girl. Boy tries to make love to girl on the edge of a knife.
Yeah.
Boy tells the girl to bugger off. Girl buggers off. Boy goes, "Why did the girl bugger off?"
Now he's left alone on that knife. Hey, everybody out there. Welcome back to another episode of the Audiophiles. It's Andy and John, and it's time to dig into some music. John is in the kitchen. He's going to be offering up something for me to go chow down on sonically. John, what's on the stove?
So it's another glimpse back of the band that we've already covered before, both on Into Music and on this channel. That band is the Jesus and Mary Chain.
Okay, all right. Yeah, but I think we're about due, so that makes sense.
So previous episodes we covered Sugar Ray on Into the Music, and then we covered Blues from a Gun Live, and then we had our viewer requests, Just Like Honey. So this will be the fourth outing. The song is called April Skies.
Oh, okay. Interesting name. All right. Well, let me run off, give this a listen, and I'll come back and let you all know my thoughts.
Hey honey, what you trying to say? As I stand here, don't you walk away. And the world comes tumbling down. Hand in hand in a violent life. Making love.
It's otherwise like pretty chuggy and just direct, both in what the main guitar is doing and that beat as well that's accompanying it. But it was nice to hear that little doodle-doo sort of in between these two stanzas. Let's take that back a little bit.
And the world comes tumbling down. Hand in hand in a violent life. Making love on the edge of a night. And the world comes tumbling down. And it's hard for me to say. And it's hard for me to stay. I'm going down to be by myself. I'm going back for the good of my health. And there's one thing I couldn't do. Sacrifice myself to you. Sacrifice. I just can't see.
Super simple, but that doesn't stop it from sounding great. And I really enjoyed that lead, if we're gonna call it that. Let's pull it back and try to hear it some more. I hope this is about right.
I just can't see.
Simple but effective.
Just what you mean to me. I take my aim and I fake my words. I'm just your long time cousin. And if you walk away, I can't take it. But that's the way that you are. And that's the things that you say. But now you've gone too far. With all the things you say. Get back. gets black and you broke me up, and now you won't come back. Shaking head, life is dead and broken heart and screaming ahead. Hey, hey, under the April sky, under the April sun, under the April sky.
Yeah, this is a really pretty song. Again, it's kind of akin to my experience having listened to the Stills. There is this obvious sense of heartbreak or this end of this relationship. I mean, there's not, you don't even have to infer about the heartbreak. I mean, I think he said there at the end, a broken heart and a screaming head. And there's obviously other lyrical allusions in this in the song that suggests that this is a relationship that's run its course. But oddly, despite the kind of dour nature of the lyrics, there is this hopefulness to the music. The music has this bright kind of light at the end of the tunnel. Don't worry, you'll get through this feel to it, which is a great, again, counterbalance to the lyricism, which paints a bit of a darker picture. And this, even this idea of like April and under April skies, it's like, I don't know, April has this sort of like halfway feel to it, or just about, and you're still in the, you know, this sort of like April showers will bring May flowers. Like there's something else, there's going to be something better on the other end of this. You just have to kind of weather it and get through it, and when you do, there'll be brighter days ahead. And I wonder if that is, you know, if this inference of mine is misplaced or if that's kind of what they're going for here. But I certainly heard in this a hopeful nature to the music and the bright clarity of it all, which I really, really enjoyed. Again, nothing crazy, but just, if it sounds good, it fucking sounds good. You know what I mean? And the tone of the guitars working together was bright and crisp and really pretty. And it just, I don't know, it made me think of light and perhaps better times ahead. I don't know. I'll be interested to hear what John has to say about it. I know this is, I don't know if it's one of his faves, but I imagine that the Jesus and Mary Chain are pretty high up there for John, and that he knows quite a bit. So I'd be interested to hear what he says about this, and if any of my assumptions or inferences about this song and its meaning are correct. But there's only one way to figure all that out, and that is to get back and discuss this lovely little ditty with the man himself. So let's do just that.
Lester Piggott on the inside. He's back. So you've listened to April Skies by the Jesus and Mary Chain. Spill the flava beans.
Right, I will. Yeah, this is interesting, this tune. It actually, in a weird way, I had a similar experience listening to this as I did when I listened to the Stills, which we just did, you know, a couple episodes ago, as far as like the vibe of the song and perhaps even the subject matter. Although I will let you clear that up for me when we get to the end of this. The song begins, and right away we get this kind of like chugging-ish guitar with a direct drum beat that accompanies it. Then it's Jim Reed, right? The vocalist. Yes. Jim Reed comes in, and his vocal approach lends itself to this direct, no frills aspect of the soundscape they've crafted to this point as he sort of sings the opening lines. Hey, honey, what you trying to say as I stand here? Don't you walk away, and the world comes tumbling down. After this, there is this subtle but nice little guitar flourish. Nothing fancy, but it's just got great touch. And just before rejoins again, it's just before rejoins again for the next portion of the lyrical content. And he sings something to the effect of hand in hand in violent life. And I think something about making love on the edge of a knife. And the world
How do you
tumbling.
do that, you ask? And the answer is carefully, very
Yeah,
carefully.
exactly. That's really sound advice. If you do really anything on the edge of a knife, let alone just making love, but talk about a love making session ruiner, getting stabbed or getting sliced across the belly or something like that. That's not fun. Um, then the song kind of opens up a bit, and the drums switch up the beat. And as Reed sings of it being hard for him to say, and hard for him to stay, he also sings something about being by himself for the good of his health, and then ends this portion by singing of sacrificing himself to this you that the song is aimed at. This gives way to some really nice guitar work for a bit before the song shifts to a portion where the guitar is a bit clipped, moving along rhythmically with the drums as another or another one kind of brightly shimmers over the top with some nice little touches of strumming. So it's again lovely, two guitars doing very different things, but when brought together, they sound really lovely, the whole of them. And I really enjoyed that aspect of the song. He sings of not being able to see what this person means to him, and I think I caught something in there about faking his words, and he refers to himself as a longtime curse. Shortly after this and a bit more exposition, we are launched into the under April sun slash skies portion, accented by some ooh vowel vocalization. I really enjoying the contrast between that clipped guitar motif and the other one, which injects these bright chord strums. Their approach is clearly different, and yet the sound that we get when they're married is just really satisfying. We get treated to one more stanza of lyrics, and it would appear that this relationship has finally come to an end, as if the writing wasn't already on the wall. As he delivers lines like, "And you broke me up, and now you won't come back. Shaking hand, life is dead, and a broken heart and a screaming head." Um, so again, this idea of the dichotomy between head and heart is at play here, which I guess is why, I'm taken back to the Still song that we just, and also just general relationship has run its course type situation we've got on our hands here. So he then repeats the under the April sun sky portion, or sun slash stroke sky portion, again a few times before the song ends on one final resonant chord. And I have to say that there exists in this song, despite its lyrics, some semblance of hope on the horizon. And I think it comes strictly from obviously the music and not the lyrics. The lyrics are quite dour, but the the music has enough of a brightness to it that there's shades of hope in those notes. And perhaps I think it probably you can chalk it up to the brightness of that one guitar and the chords that it plays. But it's oddly reassuring in the face of all of this exposition that you're getting that would suggest otherwise. Um, Even this notion of being under April skies seems kind of temporary, as if there will be better days ahead. I mean, what's the fucking old saying? April showers will bring May flowers. You are in the dreary April, you are beneath the dreary April sky right now, but there will be, you know, green grass and blooming flowers on the horizon. So I just thought that that was really interesting, and the music kind of conveyed that and went hand in hand. I don't know if that was the intent with the name and the selection of month that that they went with here with April, or if it's just a happy accident. But that coupled with this odd silver lining of hope musically in the song, that's kind of what I got from it. So you can iron all that out for me though, John, by telling me a bit more.
Hey, thanks for that, Andy. Yeah, I will just say that I remember on that point, April's spring, isn't it? And it's spring shows you that the rain has a purpose.
Yeah,
And that's kind of a metaphor for life, isn't it?
absolutely.
You
Yeah.
know, the rain has a purpose. So yeah, this, as I said before, we I've covered the Jews and Mary Chain previously. I don't think there's a playlist. There is now. So we'll be down there. This will be added to it. You can go off and check all that stuff. See us from Into the Music. I think it's in black and white. It's so old. But yeah, that'll be real fun. But yeah, we talk more about the band, etc. there. So I just concentrate on this. So this song is from their second album, Darklands. Now you heard before, just like Honey from their first album, Psycho Candy, and there's a very difference in styles. So this was released in the album was released in 1987 in August. And as you quite rightly say, Jim Reed, vocals, guitar, and William Reed, guitar. Oh, by the way, just to show you, the aesthetic's very similar. So this is the album Darklands. And as you can see, I got a cheapy copy because it's been nabbed at the top there. Can hate it when they do that, but there you go. But it's got really nice visuals, and that is April Sky's 12-inch there. So yeah, this album was the first one to use drum machines because Bobby Gillespie, who appeared on the first album, then skedaddled to pursue his career as a frontman of Primal Scream to much effect. So I will say some of their influences we've talked about previously. Some of the other influences came to the fore in this album, as you probably heard in this song here, particularly, I would say, Tamla Motown and that 60s pop sensibilities, which makes this album more of a stepping stone from the massive sort of sonic impact that Psycho Candy had towards the next album, Automatic. And in between the two, in between Psycho Candy and this album, there was an EP called Some Candy Talking. That one there, which is another sort of stepping stone. It's got the title track on there and also Psycho Candy and Hit as well. And it's got that sort of lovely, dreamy quality to it. More of a brooding feel compared to like the sort of distorted snarl and feedback of Psycho Candy or the sort of attack of Automatic. So yeah, April Skies was the first single off the album, and it was released prior to the album in April '87. It reached number 8 in the UK charts, which was kind of weird and unheard of. But in '87, for an indie band to be on top of the pops was crazy. And they're on the cover of Smash Hits, which is like a teeny magazine as well. So
Oh wow.
bizarre. The 12-inch also has a really wonderful song called Kill Surf City, and also their version of Who Do You Love, which is something else as well. Really, really good stuff if you're a fan. So yeah, all music said of the album, walls of sound were often stripped away in favor of calmer classic rock twang and groove. However, the changes on Darklands can be overstated. The basic formula at the heart of the band stayed pretty much the same, even if the mixes were cleaned up. The use of drum machines in place of Bobby Gillespie's rumble tended to enforce the newer focus, but at the album's best, such a seeming dichotomy didn't cause too much worry. April Skies made for a great single, while the soaring, in spite of itself, Happy When It Rains was another winner. Darklands is no Psycho Candy in the end. Nothing the band released later ever was, but it's still a good listen. BBC Music had very insightful writer. They said this second 1987 second album has stood the test of time as a record that has never been obscured by that violent debut. Psycho Candy took the sugary sounds of 60s girl groups and fed them through a mincer of early industrial influences as well as the Stooges and punk rock. Then Darklands turned its back on the motorbiking fuzz pedal for a surprisingly stripped-down melodic approach. Although Darklands became one of the totemic albums of the late 80s UK indie, to these ears it's always seemed to be in a strange crooning lineage that can be traced back to Roy Orbison. When it jangles, it's not a fey sound a la Smiths. Instead, there's a terrifically throaty chug, the vocals garrulous and treacly, yet romantic over the top. Listen to April Skies, Cherry Came To, or the title track. Indeed, arguably the greatest achievement of the Jesus and Mary Chain on their debut and their follow-up with their mastery of extremely dark pop. Darklands underlines the fact that all of the backcombed hair and sweaty leather, one of the 80s blackest yet pop-loving hearts was to be found beating. And the album itself reached number 5 in the UK and the dizzying heights of number 161 in the US. Nosebleed territory indeed. It is also featured in the book 1001 Albums You Must Hear Before Detention.
Now, do you have this book, John? Do you have this? Oh,
there's
wow.
young Deborah. And as we go to it there, that's his book. And there's its entry. Opposite page, Ladysmith Black Mambozo, Shaka Zulu. We turn the pages this way and we have Napalm Death. Sonic Youth Sister, fantastic. Triffids, Amateur, Michael Jackson, Bad. And Pet Shop Boys, actually. I mean, the other way, Appetite for Destruction, Oscar Do, Butthole Surfers, The Smiths, Strange Ways, Here We Come. I don't love it as much as other Smiths fans, but there you go. George Michael Faith, Depeche Mode, and Sisters of Mercy Floodland. Def Leppard History. What a time to be alive, Jesus. Anyway. Right, let's get to the lyrics. Hey, honey, what are you trying to say? As I stand here, don't you walk away. And the world comes tumbling down, hand in hand in a violent life, making love on the edge of a knife. And the world comes tumbling down. And it's hard for me to say, and it's hard for me to stay. I'm going down to be by myself. I'm going back for the good of my health. And there's one thing I couldn't do, sacrifice myself to you, sacrifice. Need guitar break. Baby, baby, I just can't see just what you mean to me. I take my aim and fake my words. I'm just your long-time curse. And if you walk away, I can't take it. But that's the way that you are. And that's the things that you say. But now you've gone too far with all the things that you say. Get back to where you came from. I can't help it. Under the April skies, under the April skies, under the April sun, under the April skies. With a bridge. Ooh, 4 times. Under the April sun, under the April sun, under the April skies, under the April sun, under the April skies. Sun grows cold, sky gets black. And you broke me up, and now you won't come back. Shaking hand, life is dead, and a broken heart and a screaming head. Hey, hey, under the April skies, under the April sun, under the April skies, under the April skies. So yeah, it's your classic boy meets girl. Boy tries to make love to girl on the edge of a knife.
Yeah.
Boy tells the girl to bugger off. Girl buggers off. Boy goes, why did the girl bugger off?
Now he's left alone on that knife.
Yes. Boy buggers around, moping about, and writes a song about it.
Yeah.
No, it's a really, really nice ditty. It's a great song, and it's a much more simple sounding. I think in one of the reviews they're saying that this album, they made the songs more simple, but at the same time they were more mature in terms of the way they were composed.
Yeah.
And the outlook on them. And it is true that the other stuff in there as well. So Happy When It Rains is another really nice, along a similar vein as well, really nice single. But yeah, I'm really fond of this album. It's not seen as the best of their bunch. Most people plump for Psycho Candy. I really like Automatic. Um, but yeah, it's a nice in-betweener. And it is, again, surprisingly melodic. So I just thought it'd be nice for you to hear another aspect of them opposed to the sort of more
Yeah.
muscular or distorted and grungy and, terrifying noise pop that they do. It's quite sweet in a way, really.
Yeah, it is. Oh, I enjoyed it.
But yeah, excellent. All right, I shall wrap things up. Thanks for listening, Sandy.
Thank you, John.
Books out there, please do hit the like button if you like this. Tell you what, hit the like button if you don't like this. Live a little. And drop some comments. Let us know what you think about this song, this album as well. How's it compare to the others preceding and afterwards as well? Yeah, and the band itself, if you're a fan of the Jesus and Mary Chain, please, we'd love to hear from you and all your interesting comments. If you haven't subscribed already, please do hop on board. The water is fine, if a little heavily chlorinated because we have that episode. We won't name names. But yeah, please do. We appreciate everybody who does support the channel. That being said, thanks again so much for watching, and we will see you in the next episode of the Audiophiles.
See you later, guys.